Good day, everyone. Chris here. Some updates. We got some updates, all right? First, not any particular order, but here's a lot of things we've been hitting the kind of a new type of clearing. And the first one is the first creation. So this would refer to your first creation of existence, whatever that may be. So what we've been doing is taking that first creation and intending it to be connected to source. Okay, so it may be connected somewhere else. Just say first creation, source true. Then what you can do is go into that first creation and find any stressors. There could be a past life type of scenario going on that you can clear out. Now, we're going to skip forward here and we're going to go to the word source. Okay, so we've been doing lots of work talking about connecting to source. The ascension process, connecting to source. What I've been finding is that source is right here, okay? So instead of saying the word soul, see the word source, okay? Soul seems to be a lower level or even possibly a reptilian overlay. Now, here's a scenario. We've always been hearing about the soul trap. There it is right there. The word soul is the soul trap. Consider that, okay? So instead of using the word soul, use the word source. It'll get to the right place, okay? Trust me, we've been using it and it's working good. Okay, another one. The virtual self, okay? The virtual reality of ourself. All this could be a computer programmed scenario playing out. So what we've been doing is just saying virtual self false, real self true, or virtual reality false, reality true. Try that and it'll get you to higher levels of where you need to be working. That is working well also. What else? Okay, now within the body, something may be the structure of it. Let's say the cells, the cytoplasm, specifically the cytoplasm within the cells of our body may have a reptilian pyramid structure to it. So what this means is it locks you into the 3D, locks you into the soul, locks you into all that reptilian stuff. So simply cells, cytoplasm, reptilian pyramid structure, false. Merkaba, true. Now Merkaba, if you look at the Merkaba system, the Merkaba, we all know what it looks like, the double tetrahedron. There's Merkaba, Merkana, and Merkava. Merkaba is two tetrahedrons. Merkana is two more within there, and Merkava is the highest level of the Merkaba system. So you want to intend that the cells, Merkava, true. And you can also look throughout the body, check the master chart to see if there's any other pyramid structure, reptilian pyramid structure, and just clean it out, transmute it to Merkava. Okay, now what I've been finding a lot within people, specifically today, yesterday, is the demon of sacrifice, Moloch. Moloch may be within the person's source, not the soul, the source. So you look in there for connections to Moloch, get rid of them. Connections to Moloch within the source, false. And you can clear the reptilians out of the source. They be taking control in your source. So that is a very, very big consideration. Now, what came up today quite a few times is the hologram. The person's source may be used as a holographic projector to create a hologram of whatever's going on. So you can look for the holographic projection of the problem. Then you can also turn off the holographic projector within the source, look for the holographic projector, look for the source of the hologram, and so forth, and then turn it all off. But the hologram has been coming up quite a bit to get rid of. Now, within the DNA, here's some big, deep stuff. And I just did some work on my wife today regarding this, and within a few other people. Getting into the DNA I need to back up. Hold on, I need to back up. Now, the ascension, the dimensions, and all this stuff. Okay, so we've been concentrating now on the 7th dimension. The 33rd dimension was kind of there. I'm going to call it like a holding pattern until the 7th dimension was ready to be used. So the dimension of love, 7th dimension, we're calling it the dimension of love. If you connect the source to it, of course, connect the DNA to it. And then what else I've been doing is grounding the person's south pole to the dimension of love. So grounding in there. It's not completely activated yet. There's been some trials done on it to see how it's feeling. And I've talked to a few people who have been part of the trials, and they are on cloud 9. Cloud 7, whatever. It's working really, really well. There's definitely something happening. So if we connect the source and the DNA, and then ground the person's south pole to the dimension of love, now we can start going into the DNA and make some little tweaks, little changes. So if we go into the DNA and find the yeast program, and just delete it. Yeast program false. Delete the yeast program. Delete the yeast gene within the DNA. Just making that intent should be good enough. We've been doing tons of that. Yeast has been coming up for everything and anything as a contributor, as the base of everything. So there's yeast, and then there'll be a few other things. Yeast has been huge. So you got to shut off that yeast program. Now, immune system. We did a show on it last night, and I a lot of things came in. And whenever I do a show with somebody, I always get something out of it. I mean, that's just part and parcel with what we're doing here. So if we go into the DNA, into the immune system gene, and we say immune system gene true, that immune system may be cranked up to high, and then causing any kind of reaction. If a little bit of dust comes in, the person has a big reaction. They eat a little something, they get a big reaction. If that immune system is cranked to high, then they're going to have a big reaction. Okay, so that's what I worked on with my wife, is I reset her immune system level to normal. She felt a big shift. So that means something. So we can go in and find the genes for these different things, and it doesn't have to be what the medical system says that these all are. You got to consider they're just taking a real good guess for the most part. Somebody may have some good answers, but ultimately, on our own, what we're doing here, we have a set pattern that we can follow, and it is set there for us to find stuff that the medical system does not know about, or does not look for, or does not realize. So you can go in and reset the genes. Turn the gene off, turn a gene on. Okay, so immune system, the gene for the immune system, true. That I found that one worked pretty good. So that is kind of where we are. It's fast and furious what's been going on here. I've been always holding off to do an update because things changing so fast, so incredibly fast. Ty is coming up with some wonderful ideas. Everybody has been sharing a lot of ideas with me, and it's helping to open some doors. Okay, so the big thing now is that we are ready to go into this dimension of love, the source, the DNA, the South Pole, ground into it, disconnect the source from the lower dimensions, first and second if necessary, clean out the source, go through it, find all the stressors in the source and get rid of it all. Pretty it up and connect it to that dimension. And this is going to really open things up for you and get a lot of things out of the way. That's what really we're working with here is trying to find ways through all the veils, all of the props, all of the stuff that these reptilians set in front of us to make it tough for us to find this stuff. There's going to be more. There's going to be lots more. And I'm going to be here to share it with you, and we're going to go through this together. I'm really loving all of the comments we're getting from everybody who's taking the course. People are getting some really good results. Nicola, Shauki, Ty, Chris Fabish, you're doing an awesome job. I got a real good comment from a client you were working with the other day. So everybody, keep it up. Let's keep the wheels turning, and let's go onward and upward. All right. This is Chris. We are out of here.